Hey guys, Infected Poison here, and bringing you some more Titanfall HardPoint action from Demeter. So we're using the same loadout again as the last video, so the carvoid, or carloid, whatever it is, I can't remember. And again, once again, you have to basically, a bit like domination, you basically have to try and lock down the hardpoint. So we're taking A now, and we're probably going to flank around and see if we can either take B or we're going to take C. So basically, over the last couple of games I've been playing, I have noticed that we tried out a new loadout there for some reason. I don't know why I tried that. I don't really like the short burst weapons. I just don't get on. I like to spray and pray, as it was. So I'm checking connection speeds there. We're running around, changing loadout. There you go. So back up to the R101C cardioid. What things I've found difficult with the game so far is getting used to the parkour. Sometimes I find myself running around and jumping and managing to jump off a couple of buildings and running at an angle, and then jumping and then really just not making the next jump. Or I manage to get higher and I don't manage to get to the point I need to. So there's a couple of little tips and tricks. Is if you've done the training, it sort of tells you that. So what you can actually do is jump and wait till the very last minute to press jump again, and that extends your jump a bit. If you are able to jump between two things, two items, for instance a building to another building which is taller, so you manage to get on the angle, you can actually boost your jump again. So if you run up and run the angle, so you wall run and jump again, you can jump, you're effectively able to do another double jump, so it allows you to sort of link multiple jumps together. If you're able to jump on one building, wall run, jump again, double jump onto the other building, you wall run again, and then basically you just keep going and you can continue around the map as far as you can, really. So you just have to sort of run around doing that. So hardpoint B is, as I said in the last video, a bit easier. Some of them, a lot of the maps have areas where it's the sort of centre point, so both have the chance to get A. In this particular map is A and C, and as you're all running into the one area, you're obviously all heading down toward B. And that's the one really to get keys. So the same as the Call of Duty stuff. If you manage to capture two, normally that's enough to sort of clinch the game. Obviously you earn points. The longer you have a hard point, you earn points at the same time, and that gives you the points to win the match, obviously. But I found myself, I'm not ranking up as quickly as I used to, because I'm concentrating more on trying to get kills, pilot kills, than I am trying to play the objectives. And the only reason I'm playing hardpoint, similar to my Call of Duty games, is if you play something like domination and hardpoint, you get the matches longer because you have to earn the points. If the team is playing the objective and they're winning capping flags and they keep going between the two, then obviously you're going to gain more points in the game for longer, so you have an advantage of either getting more kills or being killed more. So I think in total I went 15 for 8 in this match. So the last video, I think, or last gameplay I've put on the channel, I went 13 for whatever, I think, can't remember what it was. So I am getting better, and every match I play I seem to be averaging somewhere between 10 and 13, 14 kills. So that's pretty good, I believe. And obviously hardpoint helps you with that to play. It's also, I'm getting more used to the maps the more and more I play. Again, in my series of COD, where the average Joe like me can follow some of the YouTubers' guidance, sort of tips and tricks. Am I getting it? Yeah, and I think learning the maps is one of the biggest key points to getting lots of kills and winning your matches. If you know where the spawn points are, I think you have a much better chance of succeeding and getting kills. Another tip to think about is as you're running around, if you're getting attacked by another pilot or whoever, if you jump on a wall and boost off a wall and boost the opposite way around, you're able just to spin around really quickly. And if you keep jumping from wall to wall, as long as you remember where the opposing player is, you can normally play it out, because by the time they've sort of emptied their mag to try and kill you, trying to shoot you as you're jumping from wall to wall, they can't keep up spinning the weapon around. Normally by then, they've emptied the mag and they're reloading, so as you turn around and start shooting, they're trying to reload, so you have a bit of an advantage on them there. The other couple of tips are, really play the maps and learn the maps and learn the routes. So you need to know advantages onto hard points. So here's one where you can drop into the roof. So I'm checking around to see if there's any players around. And once there you go, they'll spin around. Didn't quite manage to take him out, but I nearly did. So learn the maps. Try and figure out the best advantage points to sort of drop into a hard point, because then you normally can see how a lot of these guys are once they're sort of trying to take or capture a hard point, they're sitting in the corners, and the corners in this match, or these maps, certainly on Titanfall I found are pretty dark, and it's not well, whether it's just my settings on my monitor or whatever, but sometimes it's hard to see them sitting in the corner. And obviously, when it's dark and the resolution of the screen isn't brilliant, the resolution is HD, but whether the brightness or whatever controls you've got aren't brilliant, and they're cloaked, then obviously it's harder to sort of see these guys. And that was a weird one; it just dropped straight on top of me. But yeah, so it's harder to see these guys and sort of take them out. But as you can see, I keep checking my score. I'm conscious of it. What I've also found is if you play the objective, you get more, certainly on HardPoint, you get more points for defensive and attacking. So if you defend a hard point, you get a lot of points. If you attack a hard point and capture it from the right position, you get a lot of points, and you tend to get less kills for pilots in these game modes. So the B hardpoint, certainly as I said in this game, is really the one that sort of everyone goes for, because obviously it's central. Once you get one cap, you want to go for the other. And as you saw there, I beat up a Titan with my Titan, so I'm enjoying doing that. I'm really enjoying doing that, and trying to get that is really good fun, because you have to get really close and you're basically just smacking down on that thumbstick trying to get your Titan pumps there. So I'm chasing around after Titans and I'm trying to figure out where everyone is. As you see, I'm looking at different vantage points there, so I'm still trying to learn the maps and trying to figure out, where I'm going to go and where I'm going to sit. So, just wanted to talk about the Xbox One for a second. I'm certainly impressed with the graphics and the speed of it. I think the boot up time is brilliant. I'm finding that a little bit slower than I'd really want it to be, but once it's up and running, it is super quick. There's a couple of other things. I don't understand why people have been sort of moaning and complaining about the headset problem. I don't have a problem. My headset's up and running, and I'm still waiting for my little chat adapter to come through, which I'm assuming is just, so you can plug into the thing. But to get around it, what I've actually done is the headset that comes with it, the chat pad, it actually plugs straight into your controller. So what I've actually started doing is putting that round my neck so the microphone's up, and just sitting there playing with that and having a bit of a chat. But currently at the moment, I think because most people, certainly in the UK over here, and obviously dropping into lobbies with people of similar connection speeds, obviously, I'm getting into a lot of places with the UK players. So it really sort of gives me an advantage that I actually don't have to listen to a lot of people, because obviously you've got a lot of people on COD who are trash talking and sort of bagging you out, and obviously people not very happy if you're sort of winning and going around there, but people don't see, they think you're hacking or whatever if you start getting high score streaks, and I think it's quite funny. I play with a couple of guys, and we seem to get quite high score streaks sometimes. So you get the occasional player sort of badmouth you, but we're normally in a party chat or whatever, so you don't tend to do it. So But yeah, so I'm really liking Titanfall. I think it's a cracking game. I haven't got any info. It'd be nice, I believe, as I said, potentially they made the scope obviously to have larger lobbies, so you might not be 66 with obviously all your grunts. So potentially there's a scope to allow more people into the lobbies and have less AI. I mean, if they have the same amount of AI and the AI keeps dropping in, and you have more players to kill, all the better for me. You know, if the system can handle it, obviously with Call of Duty and Dragon, although you know the amount of players in there, if the system and the servers can handle it, why not? So that's one of my favourite games. So yeah, so as ever, if you like the gameplay, if there's anything you want to see, if there's any particular maps, if I've come across it, then by all means, you know, drop us a comment on the bottom of this, video, and like, subscribe, give us a thumbs up, and I'll bring you some more Titanfall gameplay in the next couple of days, and hopefully you're enjoying it as much as me. If you've got any tips or tricks or things that you think you should watch my gameplay, you think I should try, you know, do let me know, and you know, keep them coming. So there you go, 15 for 8. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Cheers, bye.